This video contains potential spoilers for The Irishman. If you've read I Heard You Paint Houses, the book Martin Scorsese's upcoming gangster movie is based on, you'll know that infamous gangster Crazy Joe Gallo's role is minimal. Author Charles Brandt mentions the way it is generally thought that Gallo was murdered, in that 4 gunmen burst through the clam house he and his family were dining at and killed him, and then reveals that Frank Sheeran controversially declares that he was in fact the one who was sent to kill Gallo and he was a lone gunman. The passages on Gallo in the book himself are quite brief. Sheeran explains the situation, what Gallo did to warrant the Colombo crime family to sanction a hit on him, and then goes on to talk about how he killed him. Sheeran also notes that he never met Gallo before he carried out the hit. It'll be interesting to see how the film plays it, because Sheeran's claims that he killed Gallo are controversial anyway, and if Scorsese doesn't treat Sheeran as an unreliable narrator, it'll be like rewriting what we think is history. It seems though for sure that Scorsese's movie in some ways will deviate from the apparent truth. At the very least, Gallo's going to have a much bigger role in the movie than he did in the book. Gallo is being played by Bobby Cannavale of Boardwalk Empire and Vinyl fame, and set photos suggest that he does meet Sheeran before his death, which the book says never happened. First there is a scene showing Cannavale in a nightgown outside of presumably an apartment. We then have this scene showing Sheeran and Gallo meet and engage in conversation with each other whilst meat is being loaded into a truck. Presumably this scene takes place when Sheeran was still a truck driver, so quite early on in his criminal career. And finally there are images showing that fateful night when Gallo is gunned down just outside the clam house by Sheeran. It was strange at first when Cannavale was cast as Gallo, since he's not exactly a bit part actor, and yet Crazy Joe's role in the book is so small you could have an extra play it, or it might have even been cut, making no difference to the overall film. But all these images suggest that the film will not follow the book closely in regards to Gallo and give the character an expanded role. Perhaps the murder of Joe Gallo will be one of the film's major subplots, building by having Sheeran meet him and study his movements before striking in the clam house. Or instead it might be that all these scenes will take place in a 10-second narrated flashback, a trademark of Scorsese's gangster movies. But it's unlikely, seeing as though they got Cannavale for the role, and the fact that Joe Colombo, boss of the Colombo crime family, is also going to be in the movie. This suggests that they're going to spend quite a bit of time with this storyline. One of the reasons why this is so interesting is because the movie has so many real-life criminals that led such interesting lives. The likes of Angelo Bruno, Phil Testa, Albert Anastasia and Anthony Castellito are all in the film also. All these mobsters could have movies made on their lives, and The Irishman evidently has a lot of interesting characters to play with, but it isn't going to be able to give all their storylines adequate screen time. So these leaked images give us a basic idea of which mobster storylines are going to be favoured over others. The Irishman is set for release in late 2019. Thanks for watching.